Hi, it's some time since I've uploaded a video. We're now into autumn and October, and often our garden with the wind and the rain goes a bit floppy and things go sideways, but there's still actually quite a lot of colour in the garden. So the front's still got some colour, and let's see if I can my magnolia has got some fruits. See the pinkish fruits on the top there? That doesn't really happen a lot of times. We've got the last of the roses. The rain doesn't actually help them. Some fare better than the others. The hot pink. We've got the Bishop of Llandaff Dahlia, still showing marvellous colour, but now we've got the seed heads showing, which I absolutely love. We always leave the seed heads on in our garden so that any wildlife can appreciate the seeds. Those are the agapanthus, and this is the lovely seed head of the Veratrum nigrum. Quite structural. But we've had the first frosts. This is Dahlia Twinings after 8, and can you see the frost has touched some of the leaves? We've only had very slim frosts here, so it hasn't killed the dahlias completely off. Anemone japonica, that's really been quite, we'll wait for the car to pass, quite floriferous. I will be taking up my and digging up my echiverias to pot up and take inside, but it's waiting for a dry day. The Nerine Bowdenii makes a wonderful show in this little semicircle of stone every year, just beneath the wisteria. This actually sets little seeds on top, which turn to a very pale orange. They do drop quite quickly, and we've just got the very last flowers of the primrose clematis or clematis rederiana. That's been going for some time, and of course been pruning this wisteria, but we're left with these just little bits of velvety. To even touch them, they're really hirsute, beautiful seed pods, and they hang after the foliage drops. They do hang for some time, and now's the time in the garden that you should be looking for self-sown seedlings. And I've got the Helleborus foetidus here. That's a biennial, but look at the little babies, the seedlings from last year. So I should be potting up several of those. And the aeriums are now starting to come through. That's the Aerium Miss Janny Hall. And funny, we have the Aerium Italicum maculatum seed heads still up, showing their colour. These the birds haven't gone for them because they're hidden under the wall, and the first of the leaves is showing through. The hostas, they're now turning to their yellows and browns. But I bring a lot of my plants around to this entrance because to make it colourful. Oh, here's the four geese coming through. So I've got the Senecio Angel Wings, which has done really well this year, and the Hardy Fuchsias. These always look like little ballerinas, dancing ballerinas with their frock and their legs below. There's a nice variegated Milo lavender, lavandula. The scent from the leaves on here are really, really, really nice. I come to steal the show, have you? Wish we could talk, Goose. But sometimes, you know, sometimes the seedlings throw up something a little bit special. And this is a seedling that came up in this very same place of the Helleborus foetidus, which has a bit of variegation on it. And I saved that. It was rather weak, of course, because the variegated plants are weaker than their fully green counterparts. And that I potted that up, really looked after it, and I'm looking forward to having that flower in isolation. So hopefully I can get quite a few of the variegated seedlings growing. That's next door to that is the chocolate, the clover. There you are, trifolium chocolate. It's now starting to get a reddish tone with the cold weather onto its leaflets. And this is, oh, I love this. This is a twining or semi-climbing dicentra. And we all know that as the bleeding hearts. Well, look at that. This is a golden heart. Absolutely lovely. Little droplets. They just look like jewels dropping. And that's scandens. Dicentra scandens. And again, a lovely Deltas Sara or Sarah fuchsia. So now all the trees are starting to take on their autumn hues, but as I said, we've still got colour in the garden. The Clematis tangutica, that has really enjoyed this year, and at spread it will require quite a bit. This is Bill Mackenzie. They call it orange peel, and the lovely little lanterns. And of course you get the seed heads at the same time. Skimmiaque green is really bulking up now. You can see the green florets. That's a plant I use quite a lot during the winter months. Evergreen, and then these buds eventually pop out to a wonderful green flower. The last of the aconitum. The frost doesn't tend to harm this one. It's really totally hardy, which is Carmelicii. And it's the last to actually flower. Of course, aconitum are poisonous. You've got to be very wary. Hosta on stage, that's just hanging on underneath this great white Japanese cherry, which on the top where the sun has hit the leaves, it's starting to go a buttermilk yellow. And then that doesn't last too long, and then eventually it will become bare and it will reveal its wonderful structure. So as you can see, it's going to be a time of pruning back. This, I'm sad to say, this Viburnum bodnatense dawn has grown too much, and that will require pruning down to the ground actually, because it's quite good, like you could call it pollarding, but you will get really strong stems coming up the next year, which will have quite a few strong flowers on. And the copper beech is now turning to this wonderful russet with lovely shining golden tones in it. The common hazel in the background there, that's goes the buttermilk golden yellow. And then we have the spindleberries, the euonymus, the wild Euonymus elatus. And that goes pinkish ruby, as you can see. I wish we could have a smell-o-vision, actually. This is Hypericum, which has been flowering for 3 months solid. You can see the lovely golden flowers. It has quite like a cinnamon scent, and the rain this morning has really brought the scent out. That's the last of the peachy pink berries that it forms. They of course mature to this black. That will be given a prune back down to a rounded small shape. My lovely bush ivy, Hedera hibernicum, which has these brown fruit heads. And then the berries are a lovely tan colour when they come. And the flies absolutely love pollinating the flowers. The undersides of the Cornus kousa leaves, they change colour. Not the top side, they still remain green, but the reverse sides go this gorgeous coloration, peachy pink, really nice. Again, that will drop all its leaves, it's deciduous, and reveal the nice shape of the tree. At this time of year, here in Cumbria, one of the things I've been doing is I've been bringing all my succulents into overwinter into the conservatory. The lovely, I've got too many of these aeoniums really. I should let a few go. And I would think 6 months solid they more or less stay in here, and it just keeps the frost off them. Oh, I've taken all my tomatoes off the plants now, grubbed them all out. They're in there with a couple of bananas to help them ripen. I'm not very good at cooking. I don't do chutneys. Wish I could. I know green tomato chutney was a favourite of my late mother's, and my variegated aspidistra, after I cut them down, they need another 12 months to fully get back up. I did a small wedding this week, just 15 guests, and just a bouquet and half a dozen buttonholes. And during the lockdown, I hadn't actually been to the wholesalers because all my demonstrations for this year, sadly, as we all know, have been cancelled. And so walking into the flower wholesalers was, it's just like a candy shop, isn't it? And I couldn't resist buying some of these, well, a couple of boxes of the different varieties of the cucumis, the ornamental cucumbers. And you know what? Any money I made on the wedding's gone. Just couldn't help it. I've got some of my plants which are flowering inside. This is the Hemathus. That's the paintbrush plant. There's also a Cynocrasula in flower, and a little orchid, a tiny little orchid which has flowered all summer. I don't know the name of this either, so if anybody does know it, please put in the YouTube comments. And tiny little, can you see, star-like flowers, and the stems have got this wonderful cerise pink and beautiful spotted foliage. And finally for you, the albuca, which is flowering. Albuca spiralis or spiralis, and it forms like a bulb almost at its base, but the leaves curl, and a bit like maybe like a monkey's tail. Can you see a clasp and the spiral? So I hope you've enjoyed this little short tour of seeing a little bit of autumn colour in the garden, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.